Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, we have made it to Friday. Pictures behind me are starting to show a few fair weather clouds entering our region. Granted, they are a bit on the faint side. You can barely tell on our Rocky Rekia Max storm tracker. Granted, at the end of that loop, it's not showing up much, as I think satellites might be having an issue here or there. Winds have really changed as we are now out of the southwest, anywhere between 15 even up to 23 miles per hour, as we'll go on to see wind gusts at 25 and even in some locations up to 30 miles per hour. But because winds are out of the south and west, temperatures have jumped rather significantly. 10 degrees warmer here in Rockford than we were just 24 hours ago. 9 up in Monroe, as temperatures are currently sitting in the middle and upper 70s across the state line. To put in perspective, we should be at a high of around 65 degrees for this time of year, and we are barely halfway past the noon hour. Dew points are also on the lower end, as it is exceptionally dry out and about. So please, this combination of that dry air and those winds, please refrain from burning if at all possible. Today, though, I think we'll top out into the middle 80s. Not going to break a record by any means, but still come within a few degrees. Nearly 20 degrees above where we normally should be at for this time of year. But as we head overnight tonight, a few clouds are set to remain, but I do think we'll be on the mostly clear side. Going to get down to a low of 54 degrees. Again, a few clouds. Winds, though, are going to start to shift as a cold front makes its way overnight tonight. Don't expect anything when it comes to any precipitation, as there is just not enough moisture, but it will change our winds to be more out of the north and east between 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, those winds are going to sustain as we head throughout the day on Saturday. Going to keep us much more temperate into the upper 60s, so still about 5 or so degrees above normal, but very fall-like feeling in the air. Can't rule out a few afternoon clouds here and there, and can't even rule out some afternoon showers and maybe even a thunderstorm, as yet another cold front is set to come through later on tomorrow afternoon into the evening hours, giving us those storm chances. Now, granted, they are going to be a bit on the limited side when it comes to those storm chances. We are just too exceptionally dry, so be much more on the scattered side. So not a bad idea to have the umbrella, but I would not go canceling any outdoor plans. As we get into Sunday, sunshine makes its return. Winds, though, are going to be another big issue as we get into Sunday, as that cold front will change the winds to be out of the north and west, at times gusting near 35 miles per hour. And I do think Timecast, especially up in Monroe, is overdoing it just a little bit. But take that in mind. I'd still refrain from burning if at all possible, as while, yes, it's not going to be as dry, it is going to have a very dry ground from a lack of rain. And these winds can quickly carry any embers and carry them even up to 5 miles away. But that change into the northwesterly winds is going to allow temperatures to drop rather quickly, as an upper level low pressure system returns or brings in some very cold air as we get into Monday, only up to 57 degrees and 55 by the time we get towards Tuesday, meaning that we're going to go from 20 degrees above normal to 10 degrees below normal. And that's not to mention our cold nights up ahead, as we'll more than likely have our first frost, if not even our first freeze of the season here Monday night and Tuesday night. So you want to make sure, if you have any outdoor plants or any sensitive plants, you either want to cover them or bring them inside. But otherwise, not a bad forecast, but a breezy one on Friday, Sunday, excuse me. Have those rain chances for us here on Saturday. Do want to first alert you again to the possible first frost of the season overnight Monday and overnight Tuesday. But with Thursday, though, weather calms down quite a bit, back to that 70-degree mark with a good amount of sunshine.